Good morning, my foodie family. How's everybody doing this morning? As you can see, this is a little hot. I'm going to cool it off a little bit. I put it on. Let's see, cool it off a bit. I haven't used this in a long time. Make sure you put a little bit of oil just to make sure the pancakes don't get stuck. Now, you know what? I'm going to tell you the ingredients real quick for the pancakes. Everybody got their coffee this morning? Okay, so in the bowl I already have 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 cup of sugar. I also have 1/4 cup of malt powder milk, which is this right here. And the only reason I use this, it's optional, is because it gives it a different flavor. I just like the flavor it gives it. Then any kind of milk you like. It's 1/4 cup of milk, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of oil. And I got the liquids right here. And normally I'll do this and I'll let it sit, maybe about 5 minutes. And of course the first pancakes are always good. They're always too brown, the heat's too high. So, and if it's a little too thick, you can always add a little bit more milk. If you like them thinner, definitely add a lot more milk. It's a little thick for me right now. See here, and I didn't realize I ran out of butter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use I can't believe it's not butter, the spray. So butter's butter. If you're gonna have some kind of butter. Okay, and after a few of the pancakes, go ahead and oil it up, and then as the batter sits here, it'll thicken up a little bit more. See, so it's good the way it is right now. I'm enjoying my cup of coffee this morning. And these are going to be super fluffy. I'm only making a few this morning for my granddaughter, my husband, and myself. Like I said, you can make it thinner. And what you're going to do, you're going to be waiting for all those little bubbles to start coming up, and it'll start looking a little dry. That's when you flip them over. Before that, it's just going to splatter everywhere. But if it's too high, it's going to start browning real quick. It's going to get like super dark, so you might want to lower the heat. I have this set at the highest, which is 400. And I've always done it that way. But today I decided to give it a good scrub, because after a while it builds up old grease and what have you on the edges and stuff. So I'm sure I kind of took off some of the natural oils it had on it. So right now it's still real watery, but if it comes out too dark on the other side, I have it real high, so I'll lower the heat. And because right now I'm seeing the bubbles, but it's not dry enough. Oh, wasn't a dud, it's a good one. And get a thin spatula to get underneath. So the thicker the spatula, they're going to tear it up. And as you can see, it's already rising. It's a good 1/2 inch. It's a good rise. Let me get some syrup. I didn't get the syrup. Sorry about that. I like warming up my syrup. I don't want my pancake to get cold, so I just put it in a little bowl. Put it in the microwave just a few seconds. And these are done. See how thick they are? Spritz a little bit of butter on it since I don't have regular butter, because I normally drown my pancakes in butter. But since I don't have any, we're going to have to go with the spray. I always have butter, tons of butter here in the house. But not today. And just give it a quick rub, make sure it's oiled underneath. And the only reason I keep the whisk in here is to wipe off the sides of the cup so it don't drip everywhere. So I'm going to thin this out a little bit more because my granddaughter does not like them real thick. I mean, she'll eat them, but she prefers a thinner pancake. So if you want a thinner pancake, we're just going to add a little bit more milk or a little bit more water. So I'm just going to get some water. Thin it out just a little bit. Pancakes are looking good. Can't wait to dig in. And for my husband, I'll make a sides of eggs for him to go with it. I like a thick pancake. Well, it depends. Sometimes I like them thin, but these I like them real thick. Get that syrup. And of course, if you warm up the syrup, it'll get a little bit thinner. I got this spatula at my grocery store, H-E-B. I think it was at that time $2. I don't even know how much they are now, seeing them. I bought me 2 of them at the time. And they've come in real handy. They're very thin and wide. I like that they're real wide. That way you can pick up the whole pancake or an omelet and it won't break. So that's why I like them. Okay. See, they're fluffing up really, really good. This one's real thick over here. What is everybody having for breakfast today? Sorry if I'm not answering you, but I'm on this side of the camera so I can't see if you're asking me questions or saying anything. Okay, this pancake's done. Give it a quick spritz here. It smells so good. The malt, powdered milk, makes a difference in the smell, of course, and the way it see, I don't know if you can see right there how thick that is. They smell good. The malt gives it a different flavor. I like the flavor it gives it. And make sure you put your butter right away on it so it can melt onto it. You don't have to be tearing your pancakes. Give it a quick wipe. Let's see here. So I just came on real quick just to make a quick pancake. Now this one's going to be thinner. But as you can see, the batter's a little bit runnier. And it just spreads out. can't mess up. I mean, pancakes come out perfectly round. You can't mess up a pancake. I'm going to use paper plate or foam plates. I don't want to dirty dishes. I already did my dishes. Let's give this a little taste. I like a lot of butter. And to me, when I put the butter on here, on the center, this is the last part I'll eat, because to me that's the best part. Give this a quick taste. Wish you could smell the way it smells in here. It smells really good. I could smell that malt powder and the vanilla. It smells really good. That's really good. And this is a thin pancake, but it's still thicker than a regular pancake you get from a box or something. But the other ones are a lot thicker. It just depends on your liking. And if you still want it thinner than that, you need to add a little bit more of your milk or water, whatever you're using. That's really, really good. I like that flavor. You add that malt powder, believe me, you're going to continue using it afterwards. It really gives it a different flavor. Pancakes come out pretty. Look at that color. How pretty is that? Let's see, we're going to spray here. The only thing about the little spray, of course the bottle starts to compress, but you have to keep it real close to the item you're spraying because it goes everywhere. So I usually put a little paper towel on the bottom of whatever I'm doing, but in this case I did it, and you can see all the plate right now. It's all stained with the yellow. Now I can't give you amounts on how many pancakes it makes because I thinned it out. Let's see here. Now, if you want to make them like all thick or all thin, that's totally up to you. That pancake's really good. I need to continue eating that before it gets cold. I don't like a cold pancake. Like I said, this one I had it at the temperature of 400. That's the highest it'll get. But this is not good for tortillas. I've tried it and the tortillas come out ugly and hard, and I don't like the way the tortillas come out. Ooh, that one almost broke on me. They're still fluffing up. They're not as thin like paper thin, but they're thinner than the first ones I've made. So I would say 2, 4, 6. I would say about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pancakes of the thin one, or maybe about 5 of the thick one, depending how big you make them as well. Mine are a little over, this one's a little over 6. This is about 6 as well. About, yeah. So it just depends how big you make them. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat because it's hot enough already to finish cooking the rest of it. Let's see here. What is everybody making today? Make sure that y'all invite your friends. Go on my Pinterest, save the recipes for later. I'll add the links later to the recipe for this.